I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raklakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles that have taught this truth and continue to teach this truth. Shalom to you sincere Akim and you sincere sisters that are steadfast in this truth. And we're going to continue on uh, into this lesson, the books of Esther, read/commentary, chapter 6. We're going to jump into this lesson without any delay. So let's get into it. On that night could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the book of records of the Chronicles, and they were read before him. Let's jump into this real quickly. I wanted to jump into this piece right here, and the reason I, you know when reading this, that on the night, um, the king, or pardon me, on the night could not the king sleep. Okay, it reminded me of an event that took place with Prophet Daniel in the book of Daniel, um, with King Nebuchadnezzar. In fact, let's get that precept here. Okay, uh, Daniel chapter 2, verse 29. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, what should come to pass hereafter. And he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. Okay? And so, who is the revealer of secrets? It's Yahweh. Okay? And so, it's Yahweh that entered into his mind while he was asleep or upon his bed. Okay? The revealer of secrets. Okay? And so, I was reminded of that particular event, you know, you know, uh, uh, also, what else comes to mind? There's some precepts that come to mind too. Let me get into them real quick, and then we'll jump right back into the read. And so, uh, let's go to Proverbs 16 and 9. Okay, and so not only, let's establish this first. Okay, let's establish this thought. Yahweh is the creator of all things. Okay, and nothing is impossible unto him. All right, let's just bring that to the forefront of this conversation and keep it right there. All right, and so Proverbs 16 and 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but Yahweh directeth his steps. Okay, okay. Let's jump into Jeremiah. Jeremiah 10 and 23. O Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. And so Proverbs 16 and 9 told you who it is that directeth his steps. It is Yahweh. Okay? And so one more. Let's jump into Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings. Okay, and so this word goings in the Hebrew means steps. So man's steps are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? Okay, okay, okay. And so, um, as we get back to uh, uh, as we get back to Dan 2 and 29, let's go over that again. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, what should come to pass hereafter. And he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. Okay? All right. Now this is King Nebuchadnezzar. And so in reading, um, and so in reading uh, Esther chapter 6 and 1, the first precept there, that reminded me so much of Daniel, um, Prophet Daniel and Nebuchadnezzar. And I just wanted to interject, uh, bring out uh, that thought and those precepts surrounding this particular precept. Um, that the king Ahasuerus, being bothered in his spirit, okay, could not sleep, and King Nebuchadnezzar, uh, he was troubled in his sleep. In other words, uh, Yahweh came into his mind while he was asleep. All right, and so let's jump back into this. All right, so Esther chapter 6. We're going to reread it, and then we're going to finish the read and close out. On that night could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the book of records of the chronicles, and they were read before the king. And it was found written that Mordecai had told Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hands on King Ahasuerus. And the king said, What honor and dignity hath been done to Mordecai for this? Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, There is nothing done for him. And the king said, Who is in the court now? Now Haman was come into the outer court of the king's house, to speak unto the king, to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him. And the king's servants said unto him, Behold, Haman standeth in the court. And the king said, Let him come in. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, What shall be done unto the man whom the king delighteth to honor? Now Haman thought in his heart, To whom would the king delight to do honor more than to himself? So Haman answered the king, For the man whom the king delighteth to honor. Let the royal apparel be brought, which the king useth to wear, and the horse that the king rideth upon, and the crown royal which is set upon his head. And let the apparel and the horse be delivered to the hand of one of the king's most noble princes, that they may array the man withal, whom the king delighteth to honor, and bring him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaim before him, Thus shall it be done to the man whom the king delighteth to honor. Then the king said unto Haman, Make haste, and take the apparel and the horse. And thou hast said, and do even so to Mordecai the Jew, that sitteth in the king's gate. Let nothing fail of all that thou hast spoken. Then took Haman the apparel and the horse, and arrayed Mordecai, and brought him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaimed before him, Thus shall it be done unto the man who the king delighteth to honor. And Mordecai came again to the king's gate. But Haman hasted to his house mourning, and having his head covered. And Haman told Zeresh, his wife, and all his friends everything that had befallen him. Then said his wise men and Zeresh, his wife, unto him, Mordecai be of the seed of the Jews, before whom thou hast begun to fall. Thou shalt not prevail against him, but shall surely fall before him. While they were yet talking, and with him came the king's chamberlains, and hasted to bring Haman unto the banquet that Esther had prepared. Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We're going to stop right there. Enough has been said. Okay? I hope that this chapter provides for you a great walking meditation and a great study for you in the evening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Shalom.